I like these little intimate things, they lead to great discussion. So, what I want to talk to you all about today is kind of a continuation where we were Monday. What we were talking about on Monday was how do we now take advantage of this nice weather and the fact that people actually want to be out again, right? I don't know about you. I went out to dinner with a friend yesterday in New York City, and I looked around, I would say for the first time in 2 years, it felt normal, unless you live in the state of Florida, which has just kind of felt that way for the past 2 years as well. So if you start looking at this and kind of what the trend is that's going on with people, you need to become observant and take advantage, right? So what I'd like to do today is, who is up for sending out some video messages? Anybody? I got one taker. Amanda, yes, Amanda, yes, say yes. There we go. So I want us to start firing out some video messages, right? Start reaching out to people and say, one of the things that you want to do is you want to make this relatable, right? So in great messaging, you want to share an experience that made you think of somebody, right? So, I would say I'm sending Amanda a message. Amanda, where are you located? I'll unmute yourself.
Oakland.
Oakland, nice.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to Oakland. So I would say, if I'm in Oakland, right, tell me a coffee spot or something someone would do in your local area.
The Crown.
The Crown? Is that a coffee place?
Mm-hmm.
So I would send a video message. It would say, hey, Amanda, it's Chirag from Compass. I just had a cup of coffee in Crown. I looked around. I saw how excited people were to be together. And it's been a really long time since we've caught up. I'd love to take you out for a cup of coffee. I know you're busy, so let me know when a good time would be. That's it. And I'd send that in a message. And I'd be firing these messages out rapidly. We had a client in New York City who literally sent this email out. And when I read the email out, I was like, wow, this is like very like in your face. Hey, I'd love to get together for you with a cup of coffee to discuss the changes in the New York City real estate market. I was like, Jesus. And we went back and forth. I was like, do you really want to send it, Aaron? Yeah, I had the same look, right? Do you know she got 42 requests for people to have coffee? 42. She goes to me, she goes, Chirag, I'm not built for this. Like, I'm freaking tired, right? Like, it's exhausting to do this. And I'm like, well, you better keep going and booking all these appointments. And she's like, what do I do? I was like, you need to schedule every one of these in a calendar. You need to send people a Google invite with the location and go. So let's talk about the difference between a breakfast, a coffee, a lunch, a happy hour, and a dinner, right? Because those are the 5 different types of networking events you can create, right? So coffee is low entry, right? You sit there 30 minutes in and out, you could have a conversation. If you have clients that are long-winded, meet them for coffee. Breakfast, right? Sometimes people are early and they're busy, but they'll meet you for breakfast. The opportunity you have now is the same opportunity that was created in the beginning of COVID. Listen, when COVID happened, every human being wanted to talk to somebody else besides the people they're stuck in a house with, right? Not to say that we don't love our dogs and our husbands and our wives and everything else, right? Yes, it's dating. Dinner is a commitment. Exactly. So now the same opportunity is people want to go out and do stuff, right? Like the response, I was looking on our event sign up today, right? And this is what I found really interesting. Miami, San Diego, Philadelphia, Fairfield, Los Angeles, Virginia, New York City, Jacksonville, Hingham, Mainline, Rhode Island, downtown Boston, Newport, Rhode Island, San Francisco, Cape Cod, Metro West, I don't know where that is, Weston, which is in Connecticut, Charleston, let's see, here's some other areas, Melrose, Massachusetts, the Seacoast, I don't know where that is, Boca Raton, Tampa Bay, New Jersey, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Texas, Chicago, Seattle, Santa Barbara, Miami, Atlanta, Carmel, CA. Do you see how many different places people are coming to for our event? That's crazy, Like that's a lot of different locations, which goes to show you all that people want to go out and do stuff. Like I would say 80% of those locations require a plane ride and a hotel. Correct? So if all of these people are willing to travel, I would love to think, right, that it's only for me, but it's not. I'm not that arrogant, or I would say on the other side, stupid, right? Like people come for each other. Like the content's going to be great. It always is. But people want experiences, right? Like if you look at life, we have an event in Boston. Someone could drop the information in the chat. So you'll start seeing more stuff about this. Robert will be promoting it. Robert, Netta, Rory are going to be there. Myself will be speaking. David will be speaking. I have a performance coach coming that's going to talk about how we have an entire list of places that realtors go to commonly, like whether it's fast food, Starbucks, like how to eat healthy on the go. A good friend of David and I's who just did a TEDx talk, she's going to come and do a presentation on curating experiences, which is incredible. So we have a really good lineup packed. And the second day, which I think I shared it here or not, is that we're actually going to teach people how to build a referral network, right? Like people don't know how to do it. Do you know who wants to know how to get referrals from other agents and actually build human relationships, right? So we have 4 Zoom sessions prior to doing it, where myself and Levi Meyer, I think everyone in the world knows who Levi is at Compass because he's been going to markets and networking. He's one of the original agents in Miami. We have a great panel discussion of 4 agents who've done networking at a very high level. I have got an influencer to agree with us to talk about. He said he would love to do a session called "Your Network is Your Runway." Right. And Brian Mazza, if you can look him up on Instagram, he has 340,000 people on his page. He has deals with Maserati, Saks Fifth Avenue, Vital Proteins, a lot of different big brands. And he's going to spend a session with us talking about networking. And then the last one is our C-suite, right? Robert, Rory, Netta are going to talk about what the best agents are doing. We're going to provide you a playbook on how you can meet people, what you can do. And I wanted to kind of start that discussion here. So the second day is all going to be about you all meeting each other, and there's going to be a set of regional events that you can attend. But honestly, if it's between us and the circle of trust here, I would be more concerned with meeting agents in small group settings and setting up my own meetings, Irene, than I would going to an office meeting 150 people, right? So when you start thinking about this conceptually, you can have 6 to 8 people at a great breakfast, right? I'm going to ask Cindy Scholes, who runs Women of Compass. She's one of the most fascinating ways that she curates dinners, right? You could set a dinner up the second night or the other night, right? So I'm going to encourage you, like people, if you're not local, most people will get there on Monday, right? Get there early on Monday and set up a lunch and set up a dinner and set up a happy hour, right? Like don't get bombed, right? Like have a few drinks and then go meet another group of people for dinner. Right? This is about getting into the motion of doing this, right? And the same stuff works even if you don't come to our event, right? Start doing this stuff in other markets. Go to other sales meetings, right? Like don't just go to your sales meeting, right? If you're in a market in Oakland, drive 20 minutes outside of Oakland, go meet other people. So the 4th, you may want to leave the 5th. Yes, you may, if possible, you want to leave the 5th. So these are things that we want to focus on, right? So let's get back to today. It's you need to start sending people out videos and asking them for coffee, right? Lunch is a good thing, but remember when you commit to lunch, you're not committing to the hour of lunch, Amanda. You're committing to 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after. Lunch, going out to lunch, I find generally is a 2-hour commitment. Over the last 2 years, I've not, people ask me all the time, do you want to meet for lunch? I'm like, no, absolutely not. I don't find meeting people for lunch a very productive use of a day because you have to leave early. You have to go for an hour, then you come back for another half hour. And by the time the thing goes, your day is so hijacked and thrown off, you're lost. Your productivity, I think meeting people at lunch is a productivity killer. Unless you're having like an actual networking lunch where you're meeting people and you're doing it on purpose. Who has questions? Anybody? Ooh, okay, good. So who I'm gonna pause, start firing out these messages, right? Like literally reach out to people and invite somebody to a coffee. I know Holly will do it. I know Irene will do it. Who else is in? Type in if you're in. Matt's on it. And I know will do it. Renee, let's go. I see you. David, Dominic, Lynn. I know Lynn will do it. Right? Listen, if you start thinking about this, this is called curating predictable experiences, right? If you want people to be in a relationship with you and think of you, you need to do things on a continuous basis. If you want people to think that you use them and may pretend to be their friend and advocate for money, then you don't contact them. It is really that simple. Unless somebody said, you know what, Irene, I really appreciate your service. Is great. I'm not looking for a friend. When I want to buy a house, I'll let you know. You say great, and that's it. But other than that, most people generally like this social setting. All right, I'm going to mute myself and let you all go. Colleen, we're sending video messages to people that are either past clients or spheres of influence, asking them to coffee.
Okay, great. I was just in the middle of, I just got a deal under agreement, so sorry I'm late.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Listen, if you set 3 coffee meetings a week, that's 12 coffee meetings a month. Over the next 4 months, you'll have met almost 50 people that have either done business with you or recommend business to you. How is it if you meet 50 people over the next X amount of months? Are they not ever going to think of you and at least send you one referral? Amanda, I did the same thing, and I sent my video to Netta. And she wrote back to me. She's like, this doesn't work. Aren't you supposed to know how to use this stuff? And I was like, oops. You just tell your client that always wants, is this a good client, Renee? Like, unmute yourself.
She's okay, I would say, like okay client.
Does she buy?
Yeah,
Like
so she bought from me, but I mean, it's not, it's okay. I mean, you know, it's a small purchase. It's all relative. But I guess she loves to eat, and so she always suggests lunch. Either you know, on a weekday or a weekend, which is tough for me. So
just be honest, be like that time of day generally, you know, that time of day is generally very busy for me, right? I have standing commitments. Now you could say I'm happy to meet you for breakfast. Breakfast is good because most people have to get to work by 9, right? So if you do like a 7:30 breakfast, by 8:30 you're out the door.
And I knowing this client, like she's not a morning riser. She was pretty much late all the time to even to meetings. So I probably know that she just wouldn't do breakfast.
So then meet her for drinks or dinner. Just think about this. Don't make it complicated. If she wants to meet you, you should meet her and give her options that work for you and have her pick one. You could say, hey, I'd love to meet you. These are the options that work for me. Let me know what's best.
Right. Okay.
I see people smiling and making videos. This is great. Yes, you're supposed to do videos.
Oh.
Go for it, Renee. If you need help, drop your question in. Can you hear me?
Oh, now I can hear you. Mhm.
You're gonna laugh at me. What does contrived mean?
It means I feel like I'm kind of like grasping for something. Like it just doesn't feel totally like relaxed and genuine. It's sort of like, I feel like, even though I adore this person, like he's really just a great, easy client, not someone I have to necessarily impress. But
Listen,
yeah, I feel
the problem
awkward.
is we are going to feel awkward because it's not something we do every day, right? Like
Mhm.
when you
That's
go
a
on a
good point.
listing pitch and you're like, "Would you sign the contract, please?" and then sit there silently, that's like the most awkward thing in the entire world. I remember sitting there doing this as an agent and literally pinching myself like as hard as I could so I wouldn't scream, so I wouldn't say anything, right? Like I would literally just sit there and like I'd have claw marks in my legs and I'd like, that's the only way I know how to do it. So look, I think in this, it's more important just getting it out. Hey, how are you? Just thought of you. Like, would love to get together a cup of coffee. I know you're busy. Let me know a time in your schedule that works for you. That's
That's
it.
great. I like that. That's simple and easy. Yeah, great.
Listen, in the end, they're going to be like, wow, somebody thought of me. They took the time to send me a message and they want to meet me, right?
Mhm.
You always say, I know you're busy, so let me know sometimes that work for you. So it's not like they put pressure on them to like contact you or anything else.
Mhm. Okay, I'm gonna go do that.
Okay. Irene's just cranking over there. This is wonderful. Look, in the end, my hope for everyone is that this place inspires some confidence in you. It's a place for you to take action, and it's a place for you to build confidence to do this somewhere else. And this is free, right? Free, free. It is one of the highest response rates. Like Zillow leads converted 3%. You'll spend all this money meeting random anonymous strangers online. It is far more dangerous to meet a buyer off the internet than it is to send a video to somebody that you know. Think about that conceptually. You'll meet some person who filled out a form online in a home that you've never met before by yourself. But then if I ask you to send a video to somebody that you know, you're like, oh, I can't do that. That's crazy. That really, in my mind, is just nuts. And we get stuck meeting those random strangers online because we don't do this. It's much easier to do this. There you go, Lynn. Just keep them cranking. I'll tell you, the best thing I've ever done in my life as a real estate agent, as a Compass employee, or anything like that, is during Thanksgiving is send like an I'm grateful for you video. No need to respond. I know you're really busy. Just thought of you and want to take the time to do this. You notice that? No need to respond. No pressure on them. I know you're busy. Just thought of you. Made sure I do that. Just thought of you and wanted to take the time. Like it took time to do this. Take the time to do this for you. Every single person responds, like 100% response rate. I remember one time locking myself in a room for like 14 hours doing this right before Thanksgiving. I got so much business out of doing it. It was crazy. I would do pies and I would do this too. See, the smart part is you can schedule send. You could actually start doing these videos in like September. And if you know the date that you're picking your pies up, you could schedule send a personalized message to every person. Hey, Lynn, it's Chirag from Compass. You know, Thanksgiving's excited. Just want to take a moment and say how grateful I am for the opportunity that we're able to work together. I want to personally let you know that the pies will be ready at this day and this time. Can't wait to see you. You know how amazing these people are, like, she took the time to make me a video. And every person's like, did you get a video? Yeah, I got a personalized video. Like, and then you have all of these people that are like, I got these personalized videos. It makes you look epic. But really, all you did was you're planned and purposeful, and you used the schedule send button. Take a couple minutes to do this, and we again hope you all join us in Boston. It's going to be a good time. It'll be nice out too. Lori, what's up? Why don't you want to come? Where's Lori? She isn't on. Lori, what's Lori's last name? Sent 80? Lori Abbey is going. 100% she is. So then there'll be a whole squad of you. So I guess we'll see you there. You sent 80, hold on, I'm gonna unmute you. You sent 80 video messages?
I can't send a video message today because I still have bronchitis and I have coughing.
Oh, okay.
So I sent an email instead.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
modify.
See, that be solutions driven, as they say at Compass.
Yes.
That'd be funny. I'd like to meet you at coffee. They're gonna be like, you're gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna be like the COVID realtor. Then you get tabooed. It's like, you ever see someone cough in public now or sneeze? Like, people are like, whoa, it's like crazy. Or it's like, if you go back to like circa 2019, if you sat next to someone wearing a mask on a train next to you, you'd be like, it's crazy. I have these people that go to my gym, they have masks on that look like Bane from Batman. So it's very interesting, you know, and I respect everyone's right to, you know, protect themselves however they feel right. It's just, even after 2 years, you're just still not used to seeing this. Like, because for the whole rest of your life, you never lived like this.
On
I
what?
didn't know you're on this. That's cool.
Oh,
Oh, look, we have more people intrigued. So listen, guys, I love you all. Keep sending videos. Take the next 30 minutes and continue doing this. Whether it's phone call, email, text, video, you need to reach out to people and schedule as many individual meetings as possible. Especially as the spring comes on and you want inventory from people, you need to keep moving. All right, I shall see you all soon. Bye, everybody.